It is finally here, Cybex's new Callisto G 360, which is an all-in-one car seat taking you from the infant stage all the way up to booster. It is a fantastic new product. We're gonna give you all the details and explain why this might be the perfect car seat for you. So buckle up and let's get after it. So first, let's talk specs. The seat is going to be able to accommodate 3 different positions. So we've got rear facing, forward facing, and then booster seat for a toddler. In rear facing, the seat will accommodate from 4 all the way to 40 pounds and a height of less than 43 inches. So this is going to give you a long lifespan. There's an infant insert that comes with the seat that's gonna hold from 4 to 11 pounds. Past that, you're gonna be able to take that out and then get the full range. We recommend maxing out the full weight and height of rear facing. That's going to be the safest, the most protected. So max that out, even if they're looking a little scrunched, as best as possible. Once they break either weight or height, you're going to turn the seat forward facing. Now you're going to be able to accommodate from 26 all the way to 65 pounds. Again, we recommend maxing out the weight, but you can start forward facing safely at 26.5 pounds, actually, to be technical. That's going to accommodate up to 49 inches in height. Once you've maxed out forward facing, you can transition to a booster. This is where you can accommodate from 40 up to literally 120 pounds. So you're gonna get a huge lifespan out of this. The height range will be 43.5 all the way up to 57 inches. So for context, literally the rep who works at Cybex who brought it to us, she's like 53 inches. So this is going to give you a long life cycle. You're gonna really be able to keep your child safe for a long time. So when you're thinking about buying this, it's gonna take a lot of years of cycle. So it's an amazing seat and a lot of value in one package. Let's talk a little bit more about the overall dimensions and fit. The seat itself is a beast, okay? It's 35 pounds, so it is big, it is heavy. When we get to the install, you'll see why I don't think that's going to be an issue, but just note, it's a big chunker, it's 35 pounds. The dimensions of the seat look like this. We've got a length of 21.7 inches, a width of 19.5 inches, and a maximum height of 35 inches. So if you're trying to imagine it within your car, best thing to do, go to a store and get a dry fit. But honestly, you can take the measurements and sort of fit in how it's going to sit within your car. The rear facing length at maximum, so this is going to be as long as it possibly gets. So if you wanna measure your car and try and get like a real sense of how it's gonna feel sitting with it behind you, the maximum it gets in rear facing, full recline, extended safely in that position is going to be 36.5 inches. So you can actually measure that from your seat all the way forward and get an idea of how it'll fit. But again, just test it in your car, come to our store, it's great. A couple other things that are little goodies. You have full removable, washable fabric. We'll talk about the care instructions later. You have 2 cups that can be removed and washed in the dishwasher, so they're totally safe. And you have a UFP 50 sunshade that's gonna cover over. Great coverage, you're really gonna love it. It's a totally usable canopy. Okay, I think now that we've got that covered, let's talk about how it's different from the Sirona and everything that's kind of cool about this seat. The Callisto G360 is a huge, in my opinion, upgrade over the Sirona. It is a little bit different as it's an all-in-one seat sort of versus a pure convertible, but you're getting that 360 technology and a whole bunch of goodies. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison separately, so look out for that video. But today, let's talk about everything that's so cool about this seat. Number 1, radical change on the tether. The tether is now connected right to the base. So once you install that tether once, you never have to undo it. And you can actually have a one for life, basically, install of the Callisto. This is fantastic. There's no more futzing around. You put it in, connect it, get it safely secured. You never have to move it again. Next, the 360 technology works with the tether on, so that's great. It also works in all recline positions. So if you need to recline the seat, for rear facing or forward facing, it's not gonna matter. You don't need to undo that to twist the seat around. The seat will move freely and easily in all recline positions, which has 3 rear facing recline positions and 2 forward facing, which gives you a total of 5 recline positions across all the different ways the seat can move. The seat will latch forward facing and rear facing and never side to side, so you don't have to worry about it getting stuck, and it'll rotate freely and clearly. The buttons for the rotation are also a nice little upgrade as they are located on the side, and it's a one-handed rotation that can be done from either side. So no matter where you place the seat, left or right side, it's going to be easy to grab, open up the latch, and spin the seat with ease, no matter what. Another huge upgrade that the Callisto is bringing to the market is that sun canopy. Typically, You will see a sun canopy on an infant seat exclusively, and essentially never on a convertible and or booster seat. So having access to that sun canopy from the infant stage as well as into the toddler stage and kind of beyond is a fantastic feature. And the nice thing about this canopy is it's not a for show canopy. It legitimately has good coverage and it's got a great UFP rating. So it's a fantastic canopy, great coverage. There's all the standard features that you would expect. No rethread harness, easy one hand move up and down, one hand recline changes, and again, re-emphasizing, it's a full 360 seat without having to make any of those adjustments. So it's going to spin freely and really allow you to benefit from that 360 technology. The last thing I think we need to talk about is the install. Cybex has developed what they're calling their 15-second install, although I'm going to time it later because I think I can do it faster than that, which is one of the best installs for a car seat we've seen. There's lots of great one-click installs now, but this is an amazing one. You're gonna run the belt through the base, click in, that's it. So again, because the base stays stationary and you can rotate cleanly and freely, you're able to do a one-time install, leave it for life, tether it down, rotate 360, use all the different positions and sizes without ever taking it out of your car. It's pretty darn good, darn good. Okay, we've talked about it. Let's get some hands on it and actually install it. So Cybex claims that the new Callisto G360 is a 15-second install. I'm gonna walk through it slowly for you so we can cover all the steps, and then we'll do a quick one after where we try and go as fast as possible, get our video guy to time me, and we'll see how I do. Okay, step one, place the seat in and rotate so that you have the seat rear facing. That's going to allow you access to the install path. Next, we're going to take the tether, which is attached to the base, loop it around the top of the seat underneath the headrest and click in, connecting it to the tether connector on the back of the seat to which you're installing. From here, you have two options. You can use the rigid latch install, which is at the bottom of the car seat and connects in. So if your car has rigid latch installs, you are welcome to use those. However, the weight limits for each of the installs is lower and you will eventually be using the belt install. So the suggestion is right off the top, you may as well use the belt install because you're gonna end up there anyway, because it's going to have a higher weight limit, and to be honest, it's pretty easy, so there's really no reason to skip it. However, if you like a rigid latch install and that makes you feel more comfortable, you're welcome to install it, but you're going to have reduced weight limits. So if the rigid latch makes you feel more comfortable, feel free to use it. For rear facing, it can be up to 30 pounds of weight for the child, and in forward facing, it has to be less than 35. So again, past that, you're going to be using the belt install. For today's purposes, we're gonna do belt install. Next step, grab the front of the seat. This is where you adjust all of the recline positions. The next thing we're gonna wanna do is open the install path. When looking at it, you have the install instructions right here. So at any time, if you're confused, you can scan the QR code and grab the video. You're also welcome to come back and watch this video. Or you can look at the instructions right on the seat. The next thing you're going to do is lift the gray button, which will open the compartment. From here, the install is incredibly easy. You're going to pull the seat belt out, both the shoulder belt and the lap belt, through this install path. They need to be sitting over the blue indicators. From there, ensure the shoulder belt is affixed underneath the shoulder belt clip. There's one on both sides. You will see it aptly marked here with seat belt only. Once the shoulder belt is installed, you will listen for your seat belt to latch tight, and from there, you merely close the path door. That's it, we're installed. Super simple, love it. Let's do it again quickly. Now that we've got our car seat safely installed, and quickly, let's talk a little bit about recline positions and which ones are suitable for which stages. The great thing about the Callisto is there's an indicator on the side. So you'll see a little arrow, white arrow pointing up, and a blue indicator for rear facing, a red indicator for forward facing, and a purple indicator for toddler seat. So in rear facing positions, looking at the blue, it will show the size and weight that is appropriate and acceptable for each recline position. As you switch the seat forward, again, you'll notice you lose one of the recline positions. Forward facing you have 2, rear facing you have 3, and in booster, you only have one recline position. So we've got it installed. We've got it in an acceptable recline position for the weight. I think we have to cover the 360 spin. That seems reasonable, right? It's a good time to do it. So for once, you have a 360 seat that does not need to have recline adjustments, and you do not need to move tethers or anything out of the way. Simply grab on either side of the seat the gray button that says pull in, and from there, rotate freely. You'll notice the seat moves 360 degrees with ease and only latches in safe positions. So if the seat is in a sideways facing position, it will not latch and get stuck. You'll know the seat is safe when it doesn't move, so that'll be in forward facing, or when the seat is in rear facing. In any safe position, the seat will latch, keep your little one safe, and also indicate to you that you're good to go. However, where the 360 really shines is on those days where you're trying to get the little one in, they're squirming, they're moving, simply move the seat to the side, have cleaner access to put your little one in, tighten them up, ensure belt and everything is safely and comfortably around them, and then rotate them back to their original position. It's a straightforward process. It's gonna add a lot of comfort to your life and make it easier on those really hot, really cold, really rainy, or even just muggy days outside. It's an amazing little feature, and it's nice that for once, in all recline positions, you can take advantage of the full 360. A couple other things to talk about on overall size and recline. You have one-handed adjustments for all your recline positions. There is a lever underneath the bottom of the seat. You will pull it up and move the seat back and forth to fit through all the recline positions. To adjust the belt, you simply pull on the tether for tightening. To release, you push the chrome button underneath the fabric and pull the belt free. For adjusting the actual height of the seat to accommodate the different sizes, you are going to pull up on the gray lever, which is behind the headrest, and lift the seat up. This is a no rethread harness, so the harness will adapt and adjust based on the height of the seat. As we mentioned earlier, the seat does accommodate from 4 all the way up to 120 pounds. The initial stage comes with this infant insert. You are going to use this from 4 to 11 pounds. To remove it, you're simply going to unbutton at the back, remove the insert, roll down the back padding, and now you're set up for forward facing and rear facing. Next to note is the crotch strap itself has 2 different positions. This is adjusted underneath the main cushion. You will adjust when the child looks uncomfortable, feels uncomfortable, or it is now underneath their butt. So that's where you're going to move into the second position, which is going to accommodate the rest of the life of the seat. Last thing I think we need to mention is that the seat comes with 2 cup holders. The great news is these cup holders, as mentioned earlier, are dishwasher safe. It's going to be really easy to remove them. Twist and push the button on the bottom, and it'll pop right out. Throw it in your dishwasher. When you're done, put it back in. It'll probably get filled with snacks and crumbs and garbage, but they're there and you've got 2 of them. So either side you can put it on. Okay, so we've talked about how to install it. We've talked about how to use it. I think now we should talk about all the safety features that are included, because there are a ton. The official stats show that 73% of all car seats in Canada are installed incorrectly or being used incorrectly. Part of that is because the difficulty of install and just not knowing when it's secure. This new install is going to take confusion right out of the equation, because you're simply going to run the belt through. When this is closed and the belt is ratched, you're safe. Although you can always do the movement test. If it moves more than 1 inch side to side, unlatch the gate, pull the belt a little tighter, close it, give it a test, and you're good to go. But this secure lock will make your seat safe. The next thing that they've added, which we're thrilled about, is the side impact protection. There's always side impact protection on Cybex seats. The Sirona had it. What they've done is come up with a newer model. It's a little smaller, a little sleeker, but integrated within the seat. This prevents people from accidentally removing it or popping it off. It's now integrated right within the seat, so you're never gonna have to worry about it being missing. What it does is adds an extra layer that as you get side impact, this will crumple first, taking away the brunt of the damage. Then you get the side walls of the seat. So it's that extra layer. Now, even though it looks smaller than on other seats, it is tested to be safer. This is a fantastic little upgrade, integrated into the seat, adding that side protection. In the event of side impact, you have the side impact protection, but thankfully, the seat itself is steel reinforced for all of that added protection. So you can be confident that your little one is in a perfectly safe seat installed correctly with multiple layers of protection in the event of an accident. So with all that great tech, we know that your babe's gonna be safe in an accident, but what about day-to-day usage? So this is where SensorSafe really shines. SensorSafe is a small Bluetooth connector tied to the Cybex app that you would install on your phone that's going to give you alerts for a number of different situations that you're going to encounter day to day to help keep little ones safe. The first one is temperature control. If your car is too hot or too cold, it's going to send a notification to your phone so you know whether you need to turn on the AC blasting immediately or turn up the heat. Thankfully, in rear facing, you have these lovely vents on the side that are going to allow airflow. So if they're installed in the back and you have a vent in the back pointed right at it, you can be certain that airflow is going to get through to your little one, helping cool or heat them depending on their needs. The next thing it's going to allow you to do is if the car is moving and it becomes unbuckled, you will get an alert. So if you've got a little bit of an older kid who's playing around with it, maybe old enough and clever enough to start undoing their own car seats, which happens, the second it comes undone, you will get a notification so they won't be able to sneak it by you. As your car is moving, it's going to let you know. You can pull over and have them safely done back up. The next alert is if they are left within the car without you present. So let's give an example. Say you're outside, you're unloading groceries, you've left them in the car. After 3 minutes, you will begin to get a notification that they've been left in the car. So it's going to warn you, hey, little one's still in the car. Hey, little one's still in the car. So that way you know when it's time to go in and get them out. We understand sometimes you get out of the car, a neighbor interrupts you or something happens and little one's in there. This is going to keep you focused and remind you that little one is in the seat. Another great thing about this chest clip is say you're on a long drive, driving down to the cottage. After 2 hours, it's recommended to stop the car, pull over, let your little one out to take a break, stretch your leg, or even just sit on mom and dad's lap. It will send you a notification after 2 hours reminding you to make the stop. So in case you forget, you're driving, you're focused, you're trying to get there as fast as possible and make record time, you'll get that notification to your phone letting you know, hey, it's time to stop, take your little one out, give him a bit of a break. The last thing on the SensorSafe that's really important is should you get out of your car and walk far enough away that the Bluetooth connection is broken, you will get an immediate notification on your app that will continuously ping until you answer the alarm. This is saying, I'm not just outside the car and around the car, I've actually walked far enough away to break that Bluetooth connection. If you don't answer, it will send out automated messages to all the other people you've set out to receive these in an emergency. So let's say you walk too far away, it breaks the connection. It may send a notification to your neighbor if you have them set up, maybe mom and dad if they live close, maybe a friend who lives close, maybe a spouse if they're in the home as well and you just walked away. It's going to continuously ping and also send last location. So in the event something happens, you happen to be wildly distracted, overtired from lack of sleep, and you walk away from the car, the connection is broken and multiple people will receive notifications, so you have multiple ways to come in and ensure your little one's safe. So not only are they keeping you safe while you're driving, keeping impact protection safe, they're giving you safety features for your day-to-day life. It's an amazing technology. You're really gonna want it on your seat. So now it's time for what I'm deeming one of my favorite new sections we've got, which is frequently asked questions. This is where we take questions we've heard from you or that frankly we had ourselves with the reps, and we put them together for you and run these through. This is a bit of a lightning round, so I'm gonna move quickly and answer as best as possible. If you miss something, just rewatch the section, no big deal. Okay, first thing we want to cover is, can I rotate in any recline? The answer is yes. We've demoed it a bunch, but all recline positions allow you a full 360 rotation. Just remember, forward facing, you have limited actual usable recline positions compared to rear facing or in booster mode. Next, does it fit behind the driver in small cars? This is a bit of a yes or no situation. Please dry fit your seats if you can. Go visit one of our stores, have a rep install it so you can actually see how it works together. If that's not possible, just note that from front to back in its longest position is 36.5 inches. You can use that to get a rough measurement in rear facing and then figure out as a driver if that would be comfortable for you. If not, you may have to install it on the passenger side or look for a different option. Is latch better than seatbelt? So the answer is use whatever gives you the tightest fit. However, latch has a lower weight limit. So again, 30 pounds rear facing, 35 forward facing. So no matter what, you will end up using belt, but in the early stages, just use whatever gives you the tightest fit. You can use belt if you want. Can I use the canopy in booster mode? No. The canopy is removable and you cannot use it in booster mode, but you can use it in forward and rear facing. It is a huge canopy with actual great coverage, so use it, love it, and then at some point it'll be time to move on from it. What are the washing rules? So number one, it's important to note, you can wash it. All of the fabric of the frame is removable. It is a lay flat dry, but it can go through the washing machine. So really convenient for blowouts, spilled snacks, throw up, all the standard kid stuff. The safe sensor uses Bluetooth. Is it safe to have Bluetooth around the little kiddo? This is a great question. So according to most studies we've been able to look up, small amounts of Bluetooth are safe. Hence your phone, your monitors, many devices in your home all use Bluetooth, so your child will be surrounded by Bluetooth. Quite frankly, the car that they're going to be in uses Bluetooth. But the safe and small amount against their chest, as far as we know, is safe. If for whatever reason you're uncomfortable with having Bluetooth right against the chest, there is a battery in the back of the belt clip. Simply remove that and it becomes a standard chest clip with no Bluetooth functionality. You are giving up all the safety features that we mentioned earlier, but if you're worried about the Bluetooth, that's an option for you. However, based on what we know about Bluetooth, it is safe to use the clip. But follow your heart. This is your life. Do what you want to do. 360, is it worth it? Does it matter? Great question. 360 spinning is not really a safety feature. It is a convenience feature. It's one of these things where if you haven't used it, it's hard to understand why or how it's useful. I will say, when it comes to infant car seats, I feel like it's a bit of a gimmick because an infant car seat, you're going to be picking in and putting out. So whether you can rotate it, I don't know that there's a ton of value in a rotating infant seat. Others may disagree, but in a convertible car seat, it is a great little convenience feature. It makes it easier to load them in, load them out. I think it's worth it to grab a seat that can have the 360 just for, again, if you've got a taller car and you may be a little bit shorter, or you're taller and you've got a shorter car, whatever it is, having that feature is really handy and it's a nice upgrade that's coming through the seats, especially because you can now use it in all recline positions and easily. So I don't think it's a gimmick, I think it's cool, just maybe not in an infant car seat. That concludes our FAQs for today. I think we've covered how to install it, we've covered all the safety features, we've covered real world scenarios. So I think last thing to do is talk about who is this car seat for and why would you buy it? The Callisto G360 comes with a ton of features. And if you were to do a pros and cons list, the list of pros is massive. Let's touch on maybe a couple of the cons just to be fair. One is heavy. It's real heavy. If you're the type of family where you're gonna have the car seat in one car, move it to another, move it to another, thankfully the install is really simple, so that part's straightforward. But it's heavy, it's 35 pounds. So just be aware of that, it's a bit of a monster. It's really designed for a one-time, easy, safe install that you can leave for life. It'll work if you're moving it between vehicles frequently, but just know it's heavy. Number two, it's expensive. Now, if you look at the price relative to other seats and consider the fact that you can use it from birth, so you could, if you wanted to, skip the infant car seat. We always recommend a bucket because I think that's going to be the safest and best option for an infant, but it is usable from 4 pounds and it's going to take you to 120. If you added the cost of all those car seats together, you're gonna be more than the cost of the Callisto. So for what it is, it's great value, but it's gonna be expensive. In Canada, it's gonna be $999. As of August 2025, reflect that prices may change. The final con is that it's big. Again, all of these all-in-one seats are large. So we've talked about the dimensions, you can do your own measurements, but if you're dealing with a smaller vehicle, you're gonna wanna test or measure effectively to make sure that it's going to fit within your vehicle. And also note that even in the booster seat, it's going to still be big. Again, it covers a lot of range, but it's going to take up more space than just a standard booster seat or a standard convertible car seat. It's just got more that it has to accommodate, so it's bigger. So again, there's kind of 3 cons and a massive list of pros, which we've covered. So weigh those out and try to make the best option for your family. Where the seat can be really effective is grandma and grandpa buy one seat and they can cover all grandkids for the full life. They can install it once They don't have to worry about like moving it around. If they've got multiple grandkids that come in and out, they can spin it around, they can move it up and down, and they can accommodate every different kid. So it's a great seat, again, expensive, but if they've got more grandkids or they've got different sizes they need to accommodate, it's an awesome option. It's also a great option if you live in a small compressed space and you're worried about having a bigger stroller and an infant car seat. Well, get an option like this. You can cover from birth all the way up, and then you can also just like put your little one in a great stroller and move on that way. And then honestly, there's another option, which is to say, you've got your first little one, you want to be able to cover multiple life stages, and you've got another one on the way, and maybe you're going to go the infant seat or a different route there. You can get a little bit of a cost saving, so you're not doubling up your expenses all the way across. The other thing to just think about is for someone who wants a really safe seat, you get so many safety features, you get so many convenience features, and again, even if you used an infant car seat and used it only for convertible and then booster, you're still getting the benefit of safe sensor, you're still getting the benefit of a 360 seat, multiple recline positions, side impact protection, all this great stuff. I mean, let's talk about the canopy again. Massive canopy, which is unique exclusively to the Callisto. I don't know of any other seat on the market in the convertible style with a canopy. So you get all of that stuff for the value in the dollar. So I think it's a great option. We've laid out a few different places that might work for different people, but again, assess your own life. You need to pick what's best for you, and it may not be the best seat for you, and that's okay, but there are lots of instances where the Callisto G 360 is a perfect option for you. So with that said, we would love for you to come check out the Callisto. It's an amazing seat. Go read on our Learning Center. We're gonna have a bunch of comparisons of it versus other seats. We're gonna do a YouTube video comparing it to the Sirona, so watch out for that here. We're going to talk about it all across our website, but you can also go to our stores. Visit our retail advisors, they'll help you put it in your car and see what it feels like. And honestly, just explore whether this is the right seat for you. I really appreciate your time with us. We want to instill confidence in you to make the best decision for your family. We do that a number of different ways, through our YouTube videos, through our social channels, Learning Center on the website, by offering great products with a wide selection, and for creating an amazing in-store experience. Check out our registry, the perks are unreal. I would love like a like, comment, subscribe. That would keep us employed, which I know me and the videographer here would love, so please throw that to us. And honestly, have a wonderful day, make great decisions for your family, and reach out if you have anything you want to talk about. Thanks so much. Take care.